Sure, I'll refresh.
The aliens didn't like it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I see a
I
picture.
see it. Yeah, we're good.
Alright, awesome. Hello, everyone. No, I don't think it was your fault.
No,
I
it
think,
wasn't you, man.
I think Twitch is being a bit goofy. We're back. Hello. What were we? Oh, stuff to transfer between servers. So in your opinion, would you say cosmetics, money?
If you it's too soon to tell, honestly.
Okay.
Like we'll figure out like what we want to transfer as we do some tests.
Fair enough. Yeah. It's definitely a touchy topic, and I guess Motown is correct. We just need to test because it's going to be hard to see what is kind of broken or overpowered if we let certain things transfer.
Yeah, exactly.
But definitely the things that you paid, real world money for right now, like the pledge rewarded vehicles, it would be weird if we didn't give those to you when you popped in the game. So pledge rewarded stuff will transfer. You'll have access to it.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I will actually be right back. I gotta talk to John real quick for
Sure.
just a split second, and I'll be right back.
No problem.
If you could find a question that you can answer real quick, and then
I'll handle
should be
it.
back by
Yeah.
the time you're done. All right, cool.
No problem. Yeah, I definitely don't want to keep the devs if they're if there's a if they're working on the video and things like that. Didn't find the right word there for a sec. But yeah, I think he's just discussing the recent animations we just got, so that's good news.
Yeah.
Very good. Oh, and for those who are not aware, this is a hairy grenade, one of the 4 mods.
Yes.
Speaking with me right now. Hello.
Hello.
But yeah, let me skim through the Twitch chat. I refreshed, so the chat kind of died for me. It went blank, but we'll try and find something. Yeah. Kusuke, that's a good point. Can private servers be able to disable pledged items? I don't know, but I would kind of want that feature actually, just to help. Well, I don't want to say even the playing field, but just to have that option. Server owners should be given an extensive amount of options and features. So,
Gunner, regarding the video soon, Motown said they just got some new animations, and I think he said John was going to tweak them. So he said, don't hold me to this. I mean, he said hopefully we'll see it tomorrow. But
oh gosh.
I mean, just know it's getting worked on, all right?
Yeah.
I think did he say that it was like the last bit of animations they needed? I don't know if he.
I'm pretty sure. It's definitely hard to say. We know that the video has been pushed back definitely pretty far. We haven't had the best track record with dates, but it's mostly because of things that are very strange and out of our control. But this should be good. We should be very, very close. Hello, Motown.
All right, I'm back. I'm working while also talking. So.
It's all good.
Yeah.
So yeah, animations talk.
Yeah. So I need to now send some clothing over to John, and then to plug things into the engine, and we're almost there.
That's very good news.
Almost.
Awesome. Well, while you're doing that, I'll try and give you an easier one. This was a cool suggestion a few days ago from the Discord. Will you be able to write on cardboard signs for hitchhiking? Because I know we can picket. We should have picket signs, but if people wanted to have an emote for like holding up a cardboard sign saying looking for Roseport, and
it's doable. It's doable, but whether we'll do it or not, I'm not sure. I like it's almost like I don't even want to say no because I love the thought of that, but I like just being able to write things as a bum on your sign, like will work for food or anything you might think of, but yeah, that's not out of the question. It's not a problem.
Definitely help with you RPing as a homeless man, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll work for food. Wow. But yeah, we definitely. I know I asked you this months ago. Maybe you can pick it against the governor just for RP. It won't do anything specific, but I think that'd be cool to have, right?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
man is focused. No, no,
Multitasking here.
yeah, it's all good. Yeah, skim through this. Mr. Square Peg, we're using Unreal Engine 4. I think we're on 4.18, one of the newest versions, anyways. We have some cool middleware. I know we're using True Sky for environment effects, and shoot, I'm not involved in any of the programming, so I don't know the specifics, but there's a lot of stuff involved. It's looking pretty cool. Can you be homeless? I mean, when you start the game, you'll be given access to a little hotel room. It's not much. You can't really customize it or do really much. It's just kind of there for you to lounge around in. Technically, I guess if you never want to pursue getting an apartment and you never want to pursue getting a house, you don't technically need a place to live. Definitely something Motown's interested in. He's expressed interest in being a homeless serial killer, so watch out for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'd love for there to be like some back alleyways that like homeless players can go and live out of, like cardboard boxes and just make that their home until they actually find a permanent place to live besides the alleyway. And the specific locations on the map, it's not just a homeless alleyway. There's also things like a biker bar. Uh, like just these themed social gathering locations that we call sub hubs, and the homeless alleyway is kind of like one of those themes. Only it has an extra function of being able to allow players to live out of it. So that's pretty cool. Looking forward to seeing those function in the game.
Awesome. Karuken, do you guys use SpeedTree? Yes, one of our environmental artists, Philippe, uses SpeedTree. It really helps with the progress of vegetation, things like that.
Yeah, we actually there's a new version of SpeedTree that isn't quite available yet, but we're trying using SpeedTree 8, and it's quite nice, especially having that PBR functionality that's part of our workflow currently. Because SpeedTree 7, the one that is available for Unreal Engine at the moment, publicly available anyway, is not PBR. So not having those roughness and metallic maps and the PBR shader functionality it doesn't quite look as good as PBR. So
yeah, nice. Someone's asking, how will the house inventory work? For example, can I add a weapon behind the television? There will be weapon stands where you can display your guns and all of their glory. In terms of hiding, you're kind of safe in your house. You won't have to worry about police knocking on your door and getting inside, mostly because you set who can actually enter. In terms of inventory, fudge, I know John went over this before, but you will be able to store a bunch of things inside your house. It'll act as a big inventory container basically for you to keep your stuff. I'll try and find that for you later, maybe right when the stream goes down. I'll search through my Twitch clips, inventory. But yeah, cool. It is already 4:38. I don't know where the time goes. Moving well. Once again, special thanks to the mods for popping in and helping answer questions. The next one I want to ask is, I think you've given us a bit of an answer to this in the past, Motown, but it's just someone was wondering about this today because Asylum is still a relatively small team. We aren't AAA by any means. Did you guys ever consider joining with a publisher, or has it ever come up in the past?
We've had offers, especially when around the time we were doing our Kickstarter. We had a couple different companies approach us, and it had always been our decision to avoid publishers wherever possible because they tend to dictate terms of development, and we wanted full creative control of our project. And then there's other types of offers that publishers provide that are very enticing, like hey, we'll give you this amount of money, and but that'll be it though. You have to finish your game on that budget, and
Uh,
and that sounds really cool too. But if you aren't sure how much the game is going to cost in production from start to finish, like it's a real big risk going that far. So yeah, like we prefer to avoid publishers as much as possible because we like having complete control of the creative aspect of identity.
okay. Yeah, so I guess it's just so you can actually keep the artistic integrity of what you guys want to do and
Exactly.
see.
It's
Okay,
the only way we can ensure that identity will be, by the
identity.
time of its release, the game that we promised it would be from Kickstarter.
Interesting. Cool. Good to know. Real quick, Gunner made in the Twitch chat. Yeah, SWAT can't, break and enter homes, but apart from banks, there is like the end game content for criminals in terms of robbing things. We do have a Federal Reserve. Details are still a bit limited, but we've talked about this in the past on stream, and it seems to sound like an insane bank heist where like it's going to be crazy. A lot of people will be required from both sides, from both the SWAT and the robbers. Um, but in terms of breaking and entering houses, it's kind of something we can't allow because it opens up a lot of weird edge cases. Like if you break into someone's house, are they going to still be able to customize their, apartment or floor layout? Can they box you in with a TV or something? And not
Uh,
not having that sense of security as well, it would be very strange. So we're not going to let people openly break into somebody's house.
yeah, yeah. We really want to treat the house or apartment as a sanctuary for players. So like that's the one place they can go and not have to worry about anything happening to them out in the open world. So that's the one safe place they can go. That doesn't mean that other players can't come into your apartment if you invite them over. You can have a little party with you and a bunch of people. Uh, you did mention like kind of blocking people in with like furniture or something like that.
Yeah,
I guess it's possible to do.
yeah, it's
There is jumping though, so we'll potentially have vaulting and jumping aspects.
that's
Uh,
cool.
so there's probably a chance that you can at least get over the furniture if someone blocks you in.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be good to know. Nice. Shoot, there was something I wanted to say off of that, but it slipped my mind. Oh, in terms of safe places, your apartment or house is definitely safe haven, but there are also other places in the world map that are safe-ish, places where the stress system will basically keep you from dying basically to anything random at all. I think there are places where you could go walk through some sort of metal detector thing and place your weapons aside. And also there are places on the world map that are very risky to be in, where you will take realistic damage no matter what. So uh, there's a little something for everyone.
Yeah.
Let me skim through. Oh, this one is also an interesting one that could benefit us in a lot of ways, but it depends on how we execute it. Someone was wondering if we'd ever consider being open with our work log to the public in terms of how we used to have the progress bar for module one, but instead of something a bit more specific with like, oh, on day this we did this.
We've actually discussed doing that before. I don't know where we're standing on that, but a lot of project management stuff like makes use of a specific tool. I can't remember the name of it now, but there's like a website that you could kind of log tasks that people can kind of see the timeline for, and it would be cool to do something like that for sure. In fact, I think I think we should definitely look into it further because I
Hmm.
think it would actually help our community understand why things take as long as they do.
Yeah.
Because we do have a lot of, well, not a lot, but some people that are very antsy to see progress and they don't understand that progress is happening all the time. It's just not, on a AAA budget.
Hmm.
Right.
But yeah, we'll definitely as we get further along, we'll definitely consider implementing something like that for the community to watch, to kind of keep a live track of tasks as they are sent out
Completed
and
and things like
completed.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I think it definitely helps show people what's going on.
yeah, because quite a bit happens week to
Yeah,
week.
it's very flippin' busy. It's just
Yeah,
sometimes it's stuff that we can't really show right away. So, but that's good to know. I think that would definitely boost confidence in certain users if we were able to make kind of our work log available to the public.
yeah, it would be kind of interesting to see how the community was receptive to that.
Awesome. Cool. Let me skim through the Twitch chat again. Um, will there be a soundtrack for the game? That's an interesting question.
Um,
I
that's
don't.
I don't know. I we had, it's not really something we've discussed. We've had a ton of music composers come to us. Like we more than anything, we have had people apply that were music composers, and it seems like a really competitive field, uh, music composition, uh, because like there's so many, and at least seen a lot of talented ones too. Like there's been some over the years that we've gotten offers from that like just like wow.
Interesting.
I would love to, but that's kind of like low on our priority list at the moment.
Yeah, we definitely have a deal with, I totally forget the particular company or studio, but we have a lot of radio music you can listen to in game that's real live music. You can even host your own radio shows in the game, and if you have some sort of audio, that virtual audio cable, you could technically get somebody to stream music as well to you. But in terms of having specific identity music, like a theme song or something, it's hard to say. We don't really have a dedicated music guide just yet, but maybe it is something that we'll have to look into for the future. Um, cool. Gamer244543 in the Twitch chat. In terms of restrictions on official servers, there are certain things that we do have to have in place just so the game can be functional when you're dealing with people that are seriously RPing and people that may not want to, like the stress system. That's the biggest example we give. But on private servers, you will be able to disable some of the stuff we have on the official servers. Like you can change certain laws in terms of like what is legal and what isn't legal. You can change jail length time or prison length time, I should say. You can disable the stress system, so technically making it possible for RDM everywhere. I recommend doing that if your server is extremely mature and you're okay with that risk. But definitely, if you're renting out a private server, you'll have way more options than what you would have had with the official servers. Skimming real quick. How are guns obtained? Basically, for legal ones, anyways. Like let's say you want a hunting license, you will have to go to a government type building in a particular city or something like that and actually apply for that sort of thing. So you can legally have a hunting rifle on you. Uh, you'll probably be given a little tutorial or a little test to fill out, just checking to make sure you know how to use the gun and use it properly. Um, so people can get handguns for self-defense and things like that. You can legally own that. There are certain guns that are illegal, like the AK-47. If you see someone with that, they can get arrested, and they can be an extremely dangerous threat. In terms of acquiring illegal weapons, we aren't too sure how we're going to do it, but there are definitely areas in the world map that are more designed for criminal activity and places where it's more risky to be because of the stress system. It'll always max you out in certain areas, meaning you'll always take realistic damage. So those kind of places, you can maybe expect to see a method or an NPC, something to help give you those kind of guns. But they will be limited in nature. We don't want everyone running around with that sort of thing because we want them to be powerful and sought after. We want to actually give guns value like that. So yeah. And of course, if you're working on the police force, you'll have access to certain police issued guns. You might have to pay for them. You might have to unlock them in terms of how long you've been of service. Not too sure, but in terms of the SWAT guns, you'll only get those for the duration of a particular scenario you've been called to attend. Like if someone is like the most basic example is robbing a bank, you might get issued some military weapons for that sort of thing. Yeah, sorry for also giving that a bit of a mouthful. Let me bounce back to the Discord actually real quick, Reno.
So just to like point out some of the things for like some of the people that are watching the modeling that are confused about a few things. You're gonna see, by the way, that when he is looking at the wireframes for these, they are like crazy high poly, and that is because he basically uses the high poly mesh here to bake down onto a lower poly mesh. And this is where he gets all the detail for the high poly mesh from this process. If it was a character model or something soft surface, this process would be done in ZBrush. But because it's a hard surface object, he can do a lot here in Max, and then bake that detail down.
Cool. Yeah, neat. It's kind of cool how far he's already come, and he's only been doing this for like an hour, pretty much.
Yeah.
Excellent. Real quick again. Here's a very well. I'll take real. Well, I can't speak today. I'll take a quick one from the Twitch chat. Blash Your Mind asks, "Is it efficient being a police officer without a mic?" It's really hard to say. RP games definitely excel when you're using VoIP, but if you don't have a microphone or if you just don't feel like talking, we do have text chat options available. But I think some jobs might just work better if you have a microphone. Like depends on what kind of situation you're in. If you see somebody speeding and you like pull them over and give them a ticket, I think that's something you could do. Not too bad with just a keyboard. But if you're in a firefight or something, if something crazy is happening, you might be better off trying to communicate through voice because in those kind of situations you don't have to stop and type in something, right? If you're going to be shooting. I guess it's just it depends on the role. I'm not too sure if people play GTA 5 RP solely with just text. If there's some users like that, most of the Twitch streamers I've watched do use voice. It just seems to be the easier method, but hopefully there's something that will cater to those who can only use text. I'm gonna bounce over to the Discord. I had an interesting suggestion, Motown, and I just want to bounce it off of you, if that's okay. So, someone was wondering if you guys would ever consider taking a look at being able to take a webcam or something and maybe import your face on top of the face of another character.
I guess we ultimately decided that we weren't going to do that. That was definitely something that we discussed early on.
Oh, really?
But the reason being that we won't do that is because you'll do some really scary looking things with your face import that will not be very immersive in the final game. So and we just know people. We know that they will like put a butt in the screen and just import like a butt face into the game, and yeah, we don't like to see that kind of thing.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I know. I think Rainbow Six something.
Yeah, Vegas 2. I think.
Yeah, I remember some game did that.
Interesting. Yeah, I would definitely add to our list of things to have to moderate, so I can definitely understand your decision there. Cool though. Let me go through the Twitch chat real quick. It's already 4:53. We'll start to wrap up soon. We'll try and answer any questions we can get to, and if there's any that are left over, we'll be again. My mic cut out. We'll be streaming again Thursdays. We usually do Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 5. But yeah. Charlie asks, when will Module 1 come out of beta? That's kind of a strange question just because of the nomenclature.
Yeah. Oh,
well,
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the modules are pieces of identity you can play while waiting for the full game. We've discussed this a lot, both with devs internally and externally on the Twitch chat and things like that. But basically, it's best to think of modules as playable pieces. If you really want, you can classify them as alphas or betas, but it also isn't the most accurate description.
Yeah,
Um,
I wouldn't describe it as a beta. I would describe it as its own little entity.
yeah. So we're currently scheduled to have Module 1 up on March 21st, with Modules 2 and 3 still to be determined. But those modules shouldn't take as long as it took to build the first one, because once the first one is out, we'll have the foundation for a lot of the things in the game, and we can build upon that stuff instead of making things from scratch. And then after all of the modules are done, and sometime after that, we'll have a beta, which will be just a regular beta of the full game with the full world, and then we'll have the full release. But right now, just treat the modules as small playable pieces of identity that focus on specific aspects of the full game. Module 1 will feature social interactions. Module 2 will feature SWAT versus robber scenarios. And Module 3 will focus on racing. So you'll have access to some of the parts that'll be on in the full world map in the full game, but you won't have access to the full world map in the modules. It'll just be pieces of it. The town square will literally be a town square. But yeah, that's kind of the roadmap for that sort of thing with the modules and the beta. Yeah.
Yeah. So this someone's asking in the chat. Leon, is the artist working from home, or why does he need to use Hubstaff for tracking his work time? Yes, so Antoine is working overseas from our office.
I think Antoine's in.
Oh, actually, yeah, no, not
Quebec.
even overseas.
Yeah.
Antoine's actually not that far away from
One
where,
province over.
yeah. So he's a couple hundred kilometers away, I guess, and but he's working from home. Yes, so he uses Hubstaff to track his work hours from there. That's it.
We have people from all over the
Yeah.
globe working on this. It's really awesome.
Yeah. We have people in Russia. At one point, we on the team we had a guy from Colombia. We have several people in different parts of Europe. Some people in the U.S. and different scattered all over the. Really cool, really exciting. Difficult to manage the time zones between everybody, especially when you're the producer and you have to be available 24/7 because you never know when they're going to be done with a task and need another one. Yeah, but it's fun to kind of get to know all these different talented artists from all over the globe.
Awesome. Cool. Take one quick one from the Discord again. This one is in regard to character customization. Will you be able to dye your hair different colors, and how many hairstyles will?
Yeah, so you will be able to change your hair color. I don't know if that functionality is in the town square or not, but it is going to be an option later. And what was the second part of the question?
Hairstyles available, like ponytails or mohawk.
Yeah, there'll be various different hairstyles available. There will be a few off of the beginning of the town square launch, and then we'll continuously add additional ones after we initially launch a town square. So just like when you first see the first iteration of town square, and you're like, "Why is there only like 6 hairstyles?" Don't worry about it. More will be coming, and we'll be adding them as quickly as we can make them. So yeah,
Awesome.
lots more content on the way.
Cool.
Your character won't need haircuts, Miley Cyrus Babe. Interesting.
Man, you answered that quick. Nice.
Someone was asking me. So you're able to change like your hairstyles and stuff, I believe, right?
Yes,
Like
so
after?
you'll be able to go to a barber shop and change your hairstyle from there. It's a little weird in the sense that you could go from short hair to long hair
Yeah.
from the flick of a switch, but that is an option that you could do at the barber shop. You can just completely change the facial customization of your character from that window.
Okay, that's what I thought. They're all, like, so they were also wondering, can you change your height, or I think you morph your face a little
I
bit, right?
don't. You can morph your face a little bit, but I don't think you can change your
Not
height.
after. Oh, okay.
No, you can change your like face around after the fact.
Okay.
To do that part, you actually have to go to the hospital and get plastic surgery.
Gotcha. Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah, so your character just has to pay for plastic surgery to change the facial structure of your character.
Sweet.
excellent. Let's just take a few more from the Twitch chat before we wrap it up. What kind of sports will be in the game? Well, we won't have any kind of like, we're not going to remake NFL, Madden inside Identity. That would
Yeah.
be a huge Herculean task for us. But you will be able to do simple things like kick a ball around just with the physics of your character. If we're talking like sports that the game recognizes as sports, there will be paintball. There will be racing, but in terms of like playing basketball or things like that, it's not something currently in our scope.
Yeah, it's all like physics based. So if we do add basketball, don't expect it to be like the
NBA Jam.
NBA Jam games that
He's
came out
heating up.
recently. Yeah, it's more like a physics based like uh launch the ball halfway across the court and hopefully it like lands in the hoop or something, or soccer kicking, like powering up a kick and sending the ball down the field, and then somebody else trying to block its path. That's how it would work in Identity.
Awesome.
We don't have the time or budget to recreate Madden NFL and Identity. That would be like creating a whole new game entirely from scratch.
Excellent. Yeah. One real quick final question, IROC396. When the first module is released, will you get your pledge if you got one? Basically what we'd like to do for the module is that if you do have like a pledge rewarded vehicle, maybe at some point we can incorporate the garage and let you check out your car. You won't be able to drive it around, but we're definitely going to be updating the first module over time to kind of bring some features from modules 2 and 3 back into the first module. Like when module 2 is complete, at some point we'd like to bring in the weapon mechanics into the first one through a police shooting range, and it would be cool to check out your rusted car or something like that, your old dirt bike if you had that. In terms of money, you won't like need money for the module 1. Mostly everything will be given to you just to test out. You'll be given an apartment to play around with, so you can check out the customization features for that. And like if you go into a store, there won't be any in-game money because we just want you to walk around and try things on and test out the game basically. And shoot, yeah, with that, it's 5:01 p.m. We got to get moseying now. 113 viewers, though. That's surprising. I didn't even tweet it out today, mostly because of the SpaceX launch. A lot of people were watching that, but you guys still showed up anyways. And this desk, this TV stand Antoine's doing is looking really cool already.
Very
I'm
nice.
amazed he did that already in like an hour. So excellent, excellent. Definitely, I want to thank Antoine for showing up, showing us his cool work design on this sort of stuff. Motown for helping answer questions, and the stream mods and the forum moderators for helping answer questions. It's
Yep.
always just means a lot to see all of you guys here, and definitely to the wonderful viewers for showing up on this Tuesday evening or maybe Wednesday early morning if you're up late. It's definitely always nice streaming with you peoples and helping answer questions and things like that. It's nice to see the community tighten it like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We should be live on Thursday. I think I have Marvin scheduled for that. He hasn't been on in a long time, so that'll be interesting to see. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. I hope you guys have a great next little while, and we'll see you Thursday. Thanks so much for showing up.